It was nearly midnight when Carla stepped onto the platform, the cold air biting at her cheeks, a thin mist rising from the tracks. The train station was deserted, the fluorescent lights above flickering intermittently as if struggling to stay on. She glanced at her watch. Only 5 more minutes until the last train of the night would arrive. It had been a long day. She'd worked late at the office, her boss breathing down her neck with last-minute assignments. She just wanted to get home, crawl into bed and forget the chaos of the day. But now, standing on the empty platform, she began to feel the creeping unease that something wasn't quite right. There were no other passengers in sight. The station felt eerily silent, the usual hum of city life muffled as if the world had momentarily paused. The only sound was the soft whistle of wind curling through the open spaces and the occasional creak of the rusting metal structures around her. Carla checked her phone. No signal. Typical for this station, which was located on the outskirts of town. Her eyes wandered to the train schedule posted on the wall. Her heart skipped a beat. The train was due in just a few minutes, but the sense of dread gnawing at her wouldn't go away. She shifted from one foot to the other, trying to shake off the feeling. A slight sound, like the scrape of shoes against concrete, made her freeze. Carla turned her head, scanning the platform. No one. Maybe she was just tired. Maybe she had imagined it. But then, a figure emerged from the shadows at the far end of the platform. A man, tall and thin, dressed in a dark coat, his face obscured by the brim of a hat. He walked slowly, deliberately, each step echoing unnervingly across the empty station. Carla's pulse quickened. The platform was supposed to be empty. The man didn't seem to notice her. He walked past her, his footsteps soft, his presence almost unreal, like something from a dream. She felt a chill sweep over her as he passed. And then, as if on cue, the train's headlights appeared in the distance, cutting through the fog. The man didn't stop walking, just kept going, moving toward the far end of the platform. Carla quickly turned her attention to the train, relieved for its arrival. The train screeched to a halt in front of her. The doors slid open with a heavy hiss. She didn't hesitate. She rushed onto the train, eager to escape the strange figure. Inside, the lights were dim and the train was empty. Just her and the empty seats, stretching down the narrow aisle. She took a seat by the window, breathing deeply, trying to calm her racing heart. The doors closed with a thud, and the train began its slow crawl down the tracks. The city skyline glimmered far in the distance. But as the train picked up speed, something in her gut twisted. She glanced to the other side of the aisle. There was a man sitting across from her. The same man from the platform. Carla's breath caught in her throat. He was staring at her, but his eyes were black, completely dark. No whites, no pupils. Just empty voids where eyes should be. She couldn't move, she couldn't speak. The man's lips curled into a smile, slow and unnerving. The train lurched suddenly and the lights flickered once more. The man's face seemed to distort, melting like wax in the heat of a flame. He leaned forward, his shadow swallowing the space between them. "Going home?" his voice rasped. Carla opened her mouth to scream, but no sound came out. The train picked up speed, the tunnel ahead growing darker, tighter and somehow colder. The last thing she saw before the lights went out completely were his eyes, and the whispered promise that